let's wait for this to go live right now with YouTube. And meanwhile, it's going live. I just want to make sure we provided it right. We're coming. Oh, I can hear Zoom. Okay. Yeah. Teresa, are we having people joining us? I can't see Zoom right now.
Yes. Brenda, I see Brenda.
Okay, perfect. I just want to make sure we have the right links. You know how we have a lot of links.
I know, a lot of links. Well, so and I started to sign on with the wrong link too, so I totally get it.
It happens. It happens.
Sure.
Let's make sure we're live.
Hi, Brenda. Thank you for joining us.
I love it when people use the chat.
Yeah, it's great.
Yes.
And yeah. Feel free to chat your questions.
Yes. So hi, Brenda. All right. So today's sales analytics in the CSV downloads, something that I want to share because we're redoing this webinar. We did this webinar a little while ago, but then we did some amazing upgrades to the interface of List Perfectly. We redesigned a lot of things. So we have added a couple of new features, but what's most important is the new interface that we've done with List Perfectly to make it easier on our customers.
Yes, yeah, we're as we add features, you know, after a while, it's, you know, you can become so feature rich in a software that it's very difficult to navigate around. So we're always being conscious of this. We want to make it as simple for you as possible. So that's our goal here at List Perfectly, is always giving you more, but you know, not adding to burden or difficulty or access to the software.
Exactly. Yeah.
And you know, what I like about these webinars is that as you do add that, like, sales analytics is something fairly new, but you know, just the idea of like using the catalog, like, I mean, you guys know this, the light bulb went off for me in like January. So I started doing that, but it's always been there. So I like these kind of webinars, the light bulb, like somebody, analytics might not be their thing, but if they see this and see how easy it is and see the visual graphics, because I mean, not everybody's a numbers person, but that visual graphics is going to really hit home for a lot of people that are like, wow, I really should focus more on Mercari because look how well I'm doing it. I'm only giving it this much time. And so without being a numbers or an analytical person, it's a quick visualization that people can take. And I mean,
thank you for saying that, you know, thank you for saying that, because as a former, I spent 10 years in banking and the lending industry. I don't define myself like a numbers person. I'm more like a money person. A number doesn't do much for me, but if it has a dollar sign, okay, or currency sign symbol in front of it, that moves it. All of a sudden my brain can make, you know, I can go to the penny. So for me, it was important that Mandy could build something that I don't have to, I am not geeky, I'm not tech savvy. I don't like macros or any kind of, I don't do good with that stuff. So I needed something that when I sell something, then List Perfectly, I can, you know, have List Perfectly, understand that data, and then render that data in a very comfortable and easy way that I can say, hey, I'm making money, I will keep doing this, or, oh, I'm bleeding. Okay, let's cut it off and let's move on to something else. So that's for me. That's what we did. We make the complicated things look easy. I have to give it to you, Amanda. You made it very easy looking. And that's very complicated. The logistics that has to go to make it look simple. Elaborate on that, because it's incredible what you built. I'm really proud of you on this one.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. So here's the core idea behind analytics. It's not just to you know, help you keep track of sales. It's help you to, like Clara said, pinpoint where you're selling best, and you know, really help you do a deep dive in. If you start looking at your total sales across all channels, you can really see which one is performing very well, which one might be underperforming. And after a while, like after you start getting all of these analytics inside of your dashboard, you can see, all right, I have these items listed on Mercari, but they're not moving, but they seem to move on eBay. And so you can really start to think, okay, eBay might be a better channel for this type of item, where Mercari might be better for this. And then you save time ultimately because you're going to focus on your cross listing and just be a little bit more laser accurate with where you send things. Just because you can cross post everywhere doesn't mean you should.
Oh my goodness, I am so happy that you're saying that.
Yeah.
Because you gotta understand what channels work for me is not what is gonna work for Teresa. And what products are working for me, maybe, we went together and sourced it together, but it's just the shops, it's the area, everything. It's just everything. You gotta, as much as you wanna follow trends and see what everybody else is doing, there's nothing better than having the power to analyze your existing situation after you're testing different things and what works best for you. Use this tool. This is the tool that is going to help you to understand what channels works better for you, which products are doing good for you, which shipping method you should be using depending on the products you're using, which categories are doing better for you. We're going to do it. We're going to analyze it monthly, and then we're going to give you a year analysis of it. Then we're going to break it down to you by channels, okay? So we're going to go to the T on this, and we're going to allow you to edit the things in an easy way so you can understand your the accounting that we're giving you. And then we're going to allow you to download all this stuff unlimited for free at no additional cost, as much as you need on a spreadsheet or Excel doc, okay? So you can even, whether you want to look at it as is, because I'm not a very Excel person, okay? But I like numbers again. So if it is neat and tidy, and I can see, and I don't have to spend hours accommodating rows, selecting, filtering. If I don't have to do that in software like List Perfectly is doing that for me, eureka.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Awesome.
I can share my screen. It's one thing to talk about all this, but we can demonstrate it. I can share my screen, do a quick demo. Teresa, I don't know if you have anything, because Teresa, you are a numbers geek. You are.
Well, let's guide Teresa with what we want to see. Can you show us real quick your sales? Can you share the sales dashboard?
On my screen?
Yeah.
Only if you have it ready. If not, I'll show mine.
No worries. We're going to show ours.
I wasn't planning on that. So I'm looking, I don't have this perfectly on my laptop open right now.
All right, no problem.
So yeah, go ahead and share yours.
Yeah, we're going to share ours.
Do you want me to talk through it, or just you guys?
No worries. We got it. So, all right. There we go. Share.
All right.
Can you see our screen, the sales analytics?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
All right. So right now, this is actual numbers from our clothing vault shop that Clara had inputted. And as you can see from the chart, it only shows sales this year because we haven't actually added our sales for this month yet. So let's do that. If I scroll down, first of all, I'm going too fast here.
Yeah, you're going too fast.
I am going way too fast.
So I'm going to go again. Okay. So as I said, okay, sales analytics, it's a feature that was added by List Perfectly at no addition, no extra cost on any plan, simple, business and pro. And then in order to help you to have the sales analytics not cost you an arm and a leg, what we did is unlock the sold listings, because we can only analyze what you save in our platform. So what we did is we maxed out, we tried to increase our catalogs and the amount of listings you could save with each plan. So for example, a simple plan that only allowed 20 listings, we took it at the same price, $29, and we took it to 100 listings. And we did that with all plans and all upgrades. So this feature of sales analytics, you don't need to request us a special feature. All you need to do is keep your sold listings that do not count against your catalog. Sold listings and templates are pretty much free in List Perfectly, okay? Any plan. So then with any plan, as you are having sales, we're starting to provide these dashboards, these charts, and the data that we provide.
And specifically for the business and pro plans. If you're a simple user, you won't
get the okay, yes, absolutely,
so it's
absolutely.
very important to know.
Hello.
Exactly, thank you, yes. Okay, so listings.
Can you hear us?
Hi, Judy.
No, is it Teresa?
No, it's Teresa, Brenda? No.
Oh, sorry about that.
Did we lose you for a minute, Teresa?
For a second. Sorry. It's okay. I'm sorry.
Right.
Go ahead.
So you want to cut your video so we can, just in case we lose you again? Are you
No, I'm good.
okay with the internet?
Yeah, I'm good. I checked.
All right.
it this morning.
All right. So, so like we said, okay, so it's the simple, even though sold listings and templates do not count on any plan, any plan, okay? The sales analytics dashboard, when it comes with charts and data, comes on the business, like Amanda said, business and pro plan. Okay, so we're gonna show you right now, okay, how we are gonna render that data to you, and we can edit the data right in this screen. And you can see, you can access here, these from the top menu products. Then we go to sales analytics, and right after sales analytics, we have download CSV, and we're gonna show you that right after sales analytics.
Yeah, and one thing you're going to see, actually everything is now going to be self-contained in sales analytics, which I'll show you. So we click on that link and we get to our sales analytics page. And the reason we have this separated out is because there's a lot going on this page that you normally day-to-day would not need to use. So this is like your main dashboard, if you will. We give you on this screen inline edit capability. So this link right here will allow me, by clicking it, I can now enter in data about my sales. And
Or edit.
So if I want to activate these charts, List Perfectly needs 3 pieces of information. We need to know that the item sold, and we need to know where it's sold on. And you need to make sure that no other marketplace is selected. So for example, if this item sold on Poshmark, I need to make sure it says it's sold on Poshmark. So I'm going to just click that link after I clicked enable inline edit, just click the link. So I'm just going to check off that it's sold. I'm going to click update here. It's going to mark it as sold. Then the next piece of information is that we need is how much it sold for. That is right here under this column. I'm just going to click total sold price and enter in, maybe it sold for $50. I'll click update there. Third piece of information we need is the date it sold. So I'm just going to click on the column that shows date sold here and maybe add today's date. Maybe it sold last week. Whenever it's sold, you just click update here. All right, so now I have the 3 pieces of information that we need to calculate. All right, I'm just going to refresh. All right, and then it should show me a new chart right up here when it's done loading for this month's sales.
I have a question for you. Okay?
Yes.
So
here we go.
You were adding this manually. Do I have to do this with every sale, Amanda?
Yes, you do. So just because you click the sold button, we're not quite there yet to collect the sales data, just because we would need to know where it sold on, the date it sold, and the sold price. We don't have access to that information yet. We are working towards that.
Yes, exactly. So that's something that we're working towards. But like we said, it's always a semi-automatic process because we rely on you, the customer, to tell us where your listing sold, okay? When and where it's sold. That's crucial for us to provide you with sales analytics.
Yep. So once you update all of your listings here, and you can search for a listing, enter in your sold data really quick, search for the next, enter in the sold data, however you want to work. Once you're done, we have your download button right here, right in the same page. You click to download your listings, and a spreadsheet will download with all of your listing data, including your image links, your description for your product, some of the attributes if you filled them in the business and pro plan, as well as all this sales data. So you can give it to your accountant, which is amazing, right?
Not only, can you explain the benefits of the image links? Okay, wait, I know that she says this fast, but can you explain the benefits of having image links on a CSV file?
Yes, okay, so one of the frequently asked questions that we get is, do you have integrations for example, BigCommerce or Shopify or WooCommerce or some of these other sales platforms that you can upload a CSV file into, and that would import your products? That's why we designed the CSV file this way, because even if we don't have a built-in integration for these sites, you can have all your products on LP and then upload them to wherever, whatever sales channel will accept a
CSV upload.
Yeah.
List Perfectly does not accept CSV uploads. We only offer CSV downloads. Okay, so any marketplace or any channels that allows you CSV uploads, you can come to List Perfectly, download all the data, including the links with images and everything. Then you submit that you send that same file to that marketplace, and that's it. You get your listings up. So it's pretty interesting. That's a special feature that we added to the CSV downloads.
Yep. So one quick note I wanted to mention that those are the minimum amounts of information that we need to generate those charts that I showed you. So here, as we did that live, we updated sales data live. This new chart for sales this month popped up.
Yeah.
It gave me a Poshmark. We're going to calculate each individual channel, and then we're going to aggregate all those sales into all sales.
Mm-hmm.
So you have a real bird's eye view of how your sales are doing, both for marketplace by marketplace. You just hover over and you can see these amounts here.
These are real dollar amounts, okay? These are dollar amounts, not percentages.
Yep. Next thing I want to pass on is we can go beyond the minimum. Okay.
Yes. I was like, can you please explain that? Thank you. I was like, explain that.
Yep. So
as a seller, this is crucial. Okay. You can have all
your
that
accountant
data.
is going to love.
But more than your accountant, you need this for be your own accountant. Analyze yourself. See if you're doing good or not, you know?
Yep. So we have cost of goods. So if you really want to really get a view on your profit, then you want to start calculating your costs. How much did you pay for your item? So you can do that right here, cost of goods. I can add in that maybe I paid, $10 for this item. You can add in the fees that you were charged to, and this is up to you. So you can put in whatever fees, you can put in if you have sales taxes, anything that you want can go into fees, but we recommend putting in the marketplace fees that it costs you, the payment provider, what percentage they took, and it's going to be different for across every marketplace. So,
and this is so important because you want to analyze, maybe you're having big volume in the marketplace, but maybe you're getting free shipping and the fees. You want to see what marketplace is working better for you. The fact that eBay is working for me, that doesn't mean eBay is going to work for you. Let's see how do a quarterly analysis, and let's see how that's working for you, and use these tools. I'm all about, sometimes I see people using their own inventory or a sales analytics system with endless spreadsheets. This is what we need, the solution to not have so many spreadsheets all over. This is it. This is what we wanted to do, something that helps you to see your sales, and at the same time, we can give it to your accountant, and you can do taxes, and you can do at the same time cost of profits and losses, and all that beautiful stuff that you do with sales analytics.
So meanwhile, Clara was sharing that, I just quickly typed in those cost of goods, the fees, and total sold price, because I want to say, okay, maybe I just need to move this jacket. It's been sitting around for 5 years. Let's just get it out the door and sell it to somebody. Here, $40, take it. My profit, I'm still making a profit according to everything that I entered in, $14. So, hey.
Hey, Mandy, I'm just looking at it. Starting price $4.95. What's going on?
No, that's what I'm saying. This was a pretend item. I just
the starting you put it that we sold it for Ivy.
Yeah.
$40?
$40. No. That's what I was saying. Like, just move it.
No, we sold it for $400 to Germany. Okay, and the positive feedback is on our eBay. Okay, feedback. Okay, and it's even in German. Okay, recent feedback.
Funny.
So, what were you gonna say, Teresa?
I was gonna say somebody's gotten a little tipsy when they're accepting those offers.
I know. Huh? I'm like, are you kidding me?
That definitely had to be a posh sale.
Right. I know. Hey, sometimes yes, there is low ball up. I know eBay also.
It happens on every platform.
Hey, what about eBay with the could you take 5?
I know that.
Another message. Would you take 10?
It happens on every platform.
We don't recommend doing that. Honestly, no, we don't recommend doing that. I mean, obviously, the whole goal is when you start analyzing, when you start really seeing where your products do best, you want to start actually getting more for your items. So, that was just a funny example. I was being a little tongue in cheek with that, but you definitely, one thing that we notice is the more care that you put into your listings, the more you spend time, especially for these rare items, the more you can ask for them. So don't forget that. We're not recommending lowballing, just selling and moving inventory like that at all. But one thing that I brought up in the background, Teresa, are you able to see my CSV file here?
Yes, I see your CSV file. Yep.
All right. So this is the actual CSV file from my Clothing Vault store, our Clothing Vault, that we downloaded from List Perfectly using the download link. And it's giving me everything that I have about this listing. Title, we have the images as we shared before. UPC, if I had that entered, brand, color, size, material, SKU, price, description, that's importable into your sales channel. Product gallery, that would be your extra images.
Yep.
eBay, if I have it on eBay. And what do I mean by that? Right down here, do you see these eBay columns? This shows that I have the listing on eBay. Yeah. So if you can sort by columns in List Perfectly, but if you just want to just download a CSV and really quickly get to your profit and loss, give it to your accountant, you can really see, okay, I have this listing on eBay, on Etsy, on Poshmark. If we keep going, we're also going to see those profit columns, the analytics. All right, so here's where we get to the good stuff. Here is what all the listings that I've marked as sold. It will only say sold if it was marked as sold on List Perfectly. Cost of goods, anything that I've entered will be listed in the CSV. If it's blank, I didn't add that information.
Yeah.
Sold price, shipping cost, other costs, sold date, and that's pretty much it. And then for your accountant, you can, if you wanted to calculate the profit, I would recommend just doing a quick calculation in your CSV file. But it's very simple and very easy. You can hand this off to your accountant. You can use it to keep track of your inventory. You can use it to upload into sales channels that accept the CSV upload. Very versatile.
Accounting. Did I say accounting? Oh my goodness, is one of the most important things of being a reseller is to have your accounting in a very neat and tidy way, so you can make your taxes, which is a little complicated for us resellers. So making your tax job or chores easy as possible is crucial as a reseller for your success.
Yeah. And there is one more thing I think it's very important to share.
All right.
And that is, in the sales analytics view, you'd have the opportunity to select if a listing sold, but it will not end that listing on other sales channels. Just keep that in mind. Yeah. What we recommend doing is clicking sold from your dashboard area, your view listings, and that's going to end it really quick. You can also double check to make sure that the listing's sold, but that will actually end those listings.
In other words, don't do inventory management from the sales analytics page. Okay, we will, even though you can mark it as sold for your sales analytics, that doesn't mean we will end it for you on your behalf on multiple marketplaces like we always do, and then provide all that inventory management.
That makes me feel better because I do it the other way, and the way you were said it, I'm like, oh, I should just be doing it this way. But then you're right, you do miss out this ending it on all the other platforms, which is what I do. I end it on the platforms, and then I add my selling price and my shipping price and all that stuff, and then it's just updated.
Right.
Thank you for talking about that. Can we show how we do sales analytics from a listing individually? Show me how to enter the, let's go and see. So sales analytics can be accessed not only from your page, from the menu option, from the top menu. So also can be accessed individually on each listing. At the bottom of each listings, we also offer you the option to enter cost of goods, shipping, everything. So it's important for me, was important to have these possibilities to be done in multiple ways so I can get that data correct and right, and then just analyze my stuff.
Yep. So
Show me a listing.
What
Yep.
Clara is sharing is, this is what we call your main dashboard on List Perfectly. This is your main view. You get this view if you're a simple user, business, or pro. And then when you click into the edit link here, then you can add all of that information and take advantage of the sold button.
All right, so bottom of the listing form, we can
Right.
see cost of goods, fees or further costs, shipping, total sold price, profit, date sold. So like Amanda said, that's the piece of information that List Perfectly needs to know: your date, when was it sold, which channel, and what price. We know that, and you save it with us. Doesn't count against your catalog limits. You can have many sold listings. 2 million sold listings will not count against your catalog limits, and we will give you that sales analytics yearly and monthly analysis.
Yep.
So just so that people know, people know, before you hit the sold button, just unclick sold for a second, so we can see.
Okay.
And let's say I had this listed on Mercari, Etsy, and eBay as well. So click those.
Okay.
So,
right.
so this is what it looks like before you hit the sold button. And then if you hit the sold button, all those buttons go gray.
Yep.
And then you because this is I get this question a lot. Then
Wait. Why are we clicking sold button with 3 channels?
Oh, because I'm going with Teresa's example.
Ah,
She's
okay,
saying
okay.
if you have eBay, Etsy, and Mercari clicked.
Ooh,
So
we're
I'm
forcing it.
following
Oh,
along.
I love it. Thank you, Teresa.
Yeah.
Come, I've done this. Okay.
So this isn't going to work in live, because if you click sold, then it opens up the platforms that you have linked. Because that's a question in the in the chat. Will it open the windows? And it didn't open it here because you've already sold this document. So it's not a good example, because now it looks like it's broken. It's not broken, everyone.
No.
I went out of order. My bad.
Okay, no
We're
problem.
testing, no worries,
No
but
problem.
that's how it is, you know. If you try
So yes, so the question
listing that is
Yeah.
not listed on the marketplace, you get that screen.
Yeah.
yeah, click on there, because that's where I always go to look to see if the number is filled in here. It's listed on that platform. And so the question was, do you have to have the windows open to end the listing when it sells? And the answer is no, you don't.
No.
And so the next question was that they're running into the 2-step authentication for eBay. And she was asking if she had to get rid of it. No, you don't have to get rid of it. You just have to log in once. And then eBay's weird about their login. It frustrates me. I mean, I appreciate security, but not that much. And so you have to log in, and then it'll work for a while, and then it won't work for a while. Then you just have to log in for one, and then it'll keep going. So it's keep your 2-step authentication on eBay, and just log in once, and then List Perfectly will follow.
Yeah, and just in case you run into that, because it's happened to me where I get the 2-step and then it turns into 5 steps. They want me to verify things. They want me So if that happens, if I want to end a listing on eBay, I'm just going to put in any listing ID here. Doesn't matter. If this listing ID is filled out in the eBay item number, I get an extra link to just say, okay, eBay end listing on eBay. It's going to take you directly to the end listing window. I would just copy this number. I'm going to just do a quick Command C. If I click end listing on eBay, it takes me directly to end my listing. And then I would just paste it in here.
Yeah.
And you have to be careful with eBay, because eBay is one marketplace that will penalize you for being out of stock. So you gotta be very careful that you attend to that channel, primarily if you're selling cross-posting there.
Yeah, eBay is definitely what you want to pay the most attention to, I would say. Be very cautious on double checking eBay. And that's why we give you this end listing on eBay link. In addition.
Yeah, in addition, just to double check, it doesn't hurt. So Hey, Teresa, can we see your beautiful now? Are we ready? Can we see your beautiful?
No, because I was sleeping on the job listening to you. Hang on one second.
Wakey, wakey. Lisa
Okay.
Ken says, oh, great info. I was wondering if I was doing something wrong. So you shouldn't check the ones it didn't sell and then push the sold button?
You want to push the sold button first. That's a great question. Sold button first, and then click the button where it's sold on, because what we're going to do is deselect all the buttons for you, but then you can choose, make sure sold is always on, and then you want to click the right marketplace where it's sold on.
Okay, do you guys want me to share my screen?
Please.
Yes, please.
Wait, I gotta find my Zoom call.
So
Okay.
yeah, so Teresa is a full-time reseller. She's a native eBayer, and then started to resell in Amazon. Just to keep in mind that we can provide sales analytics for Amazon. That doesn't mean we're integrated with Amazon, nor we can help you to push your listings in Amazon, nor we can end your listings in Amazon, but we can provide you sales analytics if you decide to enter that data to list perfectly, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So let me do this one. I was playing with this morning, and so I'll do a live thing on how I would end it. So there's a couple ways.
Well, that's inventory management. Let's see your chart, Teresa.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're right. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No worries. Let's go to sales analytics. Okay.
I haven't updated. Come on.
It's
COVID internet.
yeah, we are.
How is your internet? You were down, girl, a couple of days.
Okay. Yeah, I know. See, that's a lot slower than normal. So here's what it looks like. So you can see the different sites that I've sold on this month: eBay, Etsy, Posh, Amazon, and then all sales. And so so I like this. I mean, I like that I can click here. I like that I can click here and see what's going on. And then it also takes it and adds it to my year to date as well.
Yeah.
So this is, I mean, it's just too quick and easy not to do it.
Yeah.
What would you say is your flow? Okay, so you get a sale. Okay, right now we got a sale in Poshmark, let's say. What would you do first? What do you do?
So the first thing I do is I come to my catalog and I do a search for do a title search for the item.
Okay.
And let's just see if.
Let's put that as an example, right?
Yeah. So do a title search and I'm like, oh, I sold this guy. So then I click on here.
Mm-hmm.
And then I scroll down to the bottom.
There it is.
And then I look at here and I make sure that I've got numbers in here, because sometimes I play around with stuff and I don't have my numbers. Then the first thing I do, because I have it in my head, is I see that I sold it, for whatever price it is. My cost of goods, I know this one is $6.50. And then here's a tip for you. I put my cost of goods at the end of my custom SKU.
Oh.
And so that when I come down here and I fill this out, I can know what that is.
Okay.
And then I go up here and I'll hit. If I hit this, is it gonna end my listing?
Well, yeah. So
okay,
let's just pretend.
So let me do a tip for you, because sometimes I have out of stock on my eBay store, so I don't necessarily want to end I don't want to end every eBay listing. So if you delete this, and I do this on some listings, not all of them, and I have to remember to update. Then I go back in here. Now, what that did was that unlinked that listing from List Perfectly on my eBay side. And so now it's still.
That's a great tip.
That's a great tip.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it still shows this here that it's listed on eBay, but there's no number here.
Yes.
So now because I don't really want to end this on eBay. So now when I click this sold button and it says, okay, then it opens the windows, right?
Yeah, it does open the windows. Yeah. It's just
it's normally, I'm used to it being so much faster. See, and it just tells me I deleted the listing.
Yeah.
And there it is. And so then I go back here and I've got the data in here, and let's just say I sold it on eBay, and my fees are going to be $4.50. And then my shipping, I already shipped it. So now I know it's $5. And then I know that what date I sold it on. And now I just go in here and I finish that and it's done.
Okay.
And I'll be honest with you. Sometimes I am like, if it's a popular item, I will go in there and I will end it first before I do all that other stuff, because I want to get it off of the other websites.
Mhm.
But for the most part, I'll be honest with you, I wait till I ship.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, and honestly, that's what we do too. We do the
Yes.
same thing, because how many sales have you had where, if you log it right away, you want to end it. I mean, obviously, if it sells, you want to end it. But to log all the sales data, what if it's the buyer never pays? eBay gives the buyer a certain amount of time before they pay. And so, yeah, it's entirely up to you when you want to add the sales data.
Yeah, but I like it, like sometimes not because you got a sale, that means it's sold, okay?
Yeah.
Buyers sometimes take time to buy. They will message you later, something happened, can you give me a week? Okay, so we recommend to do this process, like Teresa said, when you're about to ship, that's it. It was paid, it's happy. You're not getting a special request of, can you send it as a gift? Or can you ship it with my FedEx personal account or something like that, right?
Yeah.
And then it's a solid sale.
So then I go back to the catalog, and now this is at the top. The last thing you did is at the top, and it shows that it was sold on eBay. This was confusing for me at first. Like, the sale price was $39. This is the price that it was listed at. So you just kind of know that. And then if you want to go in and edit it, you can go here. Let's say I want to duplicate this now, which is what I will do to get it back onto Macari and Posh and that stuff. And then I did start making some notes. So well, I won't get into that because that's not.
It's exciting. But we will get into another webinar.
I'm really glad that you mentioned that, because I do want to touch on that really quick.
Yeah.
What is the difference between price and total sold price? That's a really good question. So price, it could mean a couple of things. It's what you've advertised the listing for sale as. Well, it might not necessarily sell for that price. So rather than adjusting your price down, you want to keep track of, and this is another tracker. How much did I list it for, and how much did I actually sell it for? So you can kind of see, how much did I deep discount? What did it take to make that?
How long?
So that is one thing. The other thing is total sold price. Not every marketplace includes shipping. Some do, some don't. Some include the taxes. There's a lot that goes into total sold price, and it alternates by marketplace. So we just give you the freedom to keep track of all that.
Yeah. If you're doing sales, analyzing your sell-through ratio is just crucial, okay, for studying your performance and deciding which way you're going to go so you can grow effectively. Otherwise, you're going to find yourself, like Amanda said, cross-posting, maybe to the wrong marketplaces, maybe doing a lot of promotions with free shippings, and you're bleeding, okay, because your fees, when you add it up, will not even cover the cost of goods, okay? And we help you to see that.
Yep.
All right.
Are we good? Do you want me to stop sharing?
Sure. Sounds good.
Yeah.
So now we can open it to questions. We did have some great questions from Liz, but we just want to open it maybe to more questions. I know that we gave a lot of information about sales analytics and CSV downloads. We talk about accounting and a lot of things, but please, if you have more questions, whether it's related maybe to this topic or you have any other questions about this perfectly, please let us know now. Otherwise, we're going to be wrapping it up.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm just scrolling. I mean, I knew you're looking at YouTube. I was just looking at YouTube. Yeah, and Brenda, we got Brenda's question answered in chat. Judy, I don't know if you have any questions. If you do, you can unmic yourself and ask them, or type it in the chat.
Yep. Lisa Kane says, see above. Susan Harrington says, is this for all my eBay listings, or is there a limit? I'm assuming that Susan is asking about sales analytics, okay? And does it apply for eBay listings or all her eBay listings, or is there a limit for the amount of eBay listings that we offer? Sales analytics, maybe. I'm trying to understand Susan's question. Please guide me, Susan, okay?
Yeah.
Just to let you, go ahead.
Well, okay, I'm thinking, correct me if I'm wrong, Susan, but I'm thinking that you're asking about the catalog limits. And yeah, that is a great question, because you will need, if you want to store your listings that sold on List Perfectly, they do not count against your analytics. So if you're a high volume sale person and you have a plan, let's say you have a business plan that allows you 300 listings. First of all, you can always upgrade if you need more. It's a nominal charge. But if you wanted to keep your catalog to those 300 listings, but you're selling 500 a month, that's fine. Mark them as sold. They do not count against your catalog limit. And it doesn't matter if you sell it on eBay or Poshmark, wherever you sell it, it doesn't matter. It's a sold listing. We want you to keep it. We want you to keep track of your analytics. And so, yeah, it does not count. I hope that answers your question.
And you said templates too?
Yeah, templates do not count either against your catalog. So if you're using List Perfectly to list from, which is what we recommend, we think best practice is to list first on List Perfectly. It's up to you though, but we give you templates for faster listing. They also do not count against your catalog limit.
Yep.
Okay. Making sure I put it there.
Okay.
No, outstanding. So, and that's a way, you know, we were able to render this data, because if you have the listings, don't forget that List Perfectly will allow you to cross post marketplace to marketplace. If you're doing that, so sorry, we cannot offer you sales analytics because we don't have any data in our List Perfectly.
What Claire is referring to is if you do not store your listings in List Perfectly, we can't keep track of them. The only way that we can is by maintaining those item numbers, keeping them in your catalog. Otherwise, you give you the opportunity. You can just cross post from marketplace to marketplace. If that's your style, unlimited, that's fine. You do what works best for you. Just know that we cannot track your analytics or offer you the sold button if you do that.
Perfect. All right, says Pizza Foo. I got here late, but if we have already discussed how to CSV export works, I can catch up on the replay. Yes, we did. Yes, we did. And we gave a demo and we show it in different ways. Yep. So it's gonna be there. Let's see, we cover any questions. We said it's unlimited, it's with the business and pro plan. We give you all the data and formatted cells. We don't have to edit them. It's something that I don't like doing. I don't like Excel already. It's like, no, it has to be already. So, hold on. Susan is saying, okay, I don't, but I will. I can do 1,800 listings. Okay, so she's just giving us an update on that.
All right.
And yeah, that's pretty much, we offer, like we said, you know, discounts by default with the business and pro plan. Just save your listings.
Can I give Susan a tip?
Yeah.
I have about 4,700 listings on eBay. eBay is my main platform. And so far I think I'm at 800 listings in the List Perfectly catalog. And so I'm moving things over, cross-posting it out, and then ending them as they sell. So my tip is, if you have 1,800 listings, use your 300 first or your 500 first, and then add on the next level until you get to there, because you'll be surprised at how thick your List Perfectly catalog can get without having to pay for those additional listings. Because as you sell, it's like trying to get up to the mountaintop. You take 5 steps and somebody kicks you back down 3, and you take 2 steps. I mean, it's a good problem to have with all the sales, but by having the sold listings not count, you don't need to don't jump in thinking I have 1,800 listings and go and upgrade to the 1,800 listing subscription.
Yeah.
Until you need it.
Right. And so, you know, List Perfectly will give you a way to filter out how many listings you've sold and how many are active. So you can use our filters so you can keep track of where you're at any time. Our filters are really powerful to keep track of where your listings are. And we did cover that in other webinars.
We can show that real quick right now, because let's do it real quick, okay? Just because, keep in mind, List Perfectly is a sales accelerator. So we know you're gonna start selling, okay? So you're gonna go from, I'm not selling, to, wow, everything is selling now. What do I do now? How do I manage this effectively? So that's what we're gonna share with you, tools and tips right now, how to do this effectively, because you wanna do this growth in a smart way.
Yeah, I will tell people I use these filters a lot, because depending on what mood I'm in, I may decide, hey, make sure that all my vintage stuff is now on Etsy. So then I'll type in vintage, and then I'll click on the not Etsy, And then I go through and like, oh, here's 17 listings I need to put to Etsy today.
Yep. So yeah, just like Teresa was saying, in this case, all I want to do is I want to calculate how many I have not sold, because I want to see where I'm at with my catalog limit. So right here, I just start typing in not, and it's going to give me a bunch of filters. I can choose not sold, which I will do now, but I can also say, if I wanted to really fine tune it, say not on eBay, not on Etsy, and let's search, and it should give me the total number that I have that are not sold. And in this case, I have 90 items that I have not sold in my catalog. So if my limit is 300, I can list another 210 and not be at my catalog limit.
Exactly. Now we can filter for sales analytics. These filters are crucial because you want to see, when you're managing multiple channels, it gets a little interesting, okay? So what you want to do with these filters, okay? For example, you want to see what is maybe not sold on, let's remove this one, okay?
Yeah.
And we want to put, for example, what is on eBay, but not sold on, let's say, let's see another channel, on Etsy, right? So we can do different parameters. We can go ahead and mix and match. This goes with all the 8 channels, okay? We can help you to filter things in your way. You want to, maybe you're a Mercari native seller and you want to see what are your active Mercari listings, but what is not active in Poshmark, because you're testing that. Or maybe you want to test what is active in Depop and what is active in Mercari and what is not active. And the options go endless. Imagine with 8 channels. So this is how you want to manage your channels effectively. See what's working for you, okay?
And this, the reason we did this, what you really want to take advantage of with these filters is, a lot of times what people will do is they'll list an item and they'll immediately cross-post it. That might not be a good idea. It might not be the best use of your time. What you might want to do is list the item, send it to one marketplace and see how it does for a week. And then come back later, and if it's not moving, send it to another marketplace. And these filters are going to help you to see, okay, I listed items on eBay. Let's see what I did not send to Etsy, and let's send some over now. So because after a while, keeping track of multi-channel gets really complex and it gets really crazy.
Susan just posted that in on the YouTube, that she's been using an Excel spreadsheet, and it's
I know.
And yes, Susan, we all agree that doing this via Excel is a nightmare. And so use these filters. I use these all day long, consistently. If I'm in the mood to list and cross post, and Amanda's right. If you have a listing, I just sold out of something that I just sold out in hours, and I knew it was a fast seller. I listed it on one platform and then let it sell. And then if it didn't sell, then I knew what my second platform was going to be and my third platform. So that's, if you have a hot ticket item, there's no need to sell it, to list it across all platforms.
No.
And you well said.
Yeah. And this is your opportunity to maximize your profit. So go with a channel that you think will get the most money. Try that channel first. Give it a week to marinate. See how it does. And then, maybe think about some other channels. You may want to send it to a channel that has less in fees. Whatever works for you, just try different things. But just because you can cross post everywhere doesn't mean you should. Be very selective, because your time is money. Your time is valuable.
For example, I'm going to share with you guys something. This is data, okay, pure data, okay, that we observe. Okay, so we have a lot of Poshmark sellers saying, okay, I want to get more for my products. And how do I do this? Okay, so they find themselves, at Tradesy will give them higher sometimes, or eBay will give you, not all the time, but in certain products will give you a much like duplicate or triplicate. And that, like Teresa or Amanda said, you gotta test, see what channels work for you, and use sale analytics as leverage for your knowledge and see what's working for you. It works all the time. Knowledge is power. I'm telling you, knowledge is power.
Everybody's inventory is different. Everybody's business model is different. Everybody's sales tactics are different. And so what works for me doesn't work for Amanda. We have very, very different. You guys sell vintage clothing. Oh my gosh, shoot me. The only vintage clothing
Right.
my own.
Yeah.
And so when I say that, this does really well for me on this marketplace, and we see it all the time. Poshmark is not one of my best platforms, but there are Poshers that make a ton of money.
Yes.
So it works.
Yes.
You know what? I'm happy to have the little segment of Poshmark that I have, and those few sales, and the little, the segment that I have on Etsy. Everybody's going to be different.
Yeah. Yeah. Very well said.
And List Perfectly makes it very quick and easy to test all those waters, because I've said it a million times. Before List Perfectly came along, I was selling on 2 platforms, and now I'm selling on 9, because you guys do 8 and I do Amazon.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
now 8 we have, and 9 with your Amazon.
Yeah.
So so I mean, that's just crazy. And it was I didn't have to stop and learn the other platforms. I just boom, boom, boom. And
And that was the thing when I met you. I'll never forget. I was fascinated because I met you and you have such an experience. You've been through eBay from the beginning. And for me, that was amazing. It blew my mind that you were just on eBay and Amazon. And I was like, for me, it was like a challenge. I'm like, let me see, because this is happening natural. We're not forcing anybody. We observe. We love observing how people interact with our software, and to see you grow from these 2 channels now to being 9 channels, Teresa, and asking you, okay, can we see your chart, your sales analytics chart? It's just, for me, mind blowing. Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure to see you grow so much in such a short period of time.
Yeah. And make no mistakes. I mean, everybody knows I am an eBay girl. I love the platform. I always will. But the fact that I can sell the same stuff on other stuff and actually sell it, that to me was an eye opener, that buyers are loyal to their platform. Yeah. And so, it blows my mind that I sell so many lightweight beanies and socks and stuff on Poshmark for the same price that I'm selling them on eBay, but on Poshmark, they're paying $7 to ship. On eBay, if they bought it, they would have free shipping. So that to me was, I mean, like, okay, we may shop and look on Poshmark and Mercari and eBay. Everybody doesn't.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Well said. It's a different landscape in online selling online now than it was 10 years ago or 2 years ago. Or so, we just adapt with the times. We find where the buyers are for these items.
So yeah, let me add to what you're saying, Amanda, because that's so crucial. We gotta go where the buyers are. And let me tell you, sometimes eBay can be hot on Christmas, okay? Or sometimes they're not super hot on Christmas, and then another marketplace super hot on Christmas. Seasons, every marketplace is also different. It's a whole different business. It's a whole different world. They have a whole different promotion campaign. They have a whole different audience. So you analyzing quarterly, I recommend quarterly basis, okay? Observe which channels are working for you, okay? Which channels are not working. Move along to what will work for you, because channels also get seasonal.
Yeah.
Right. And not only seasonal channels, but seasonal categories. I mean, people tell me that if all they sell is used clothes, their Q4 on eBay is not great, but maybe their Q4 on Posh is where they need to be.
Yes.
But this is happening now. We call it the COVID quarter, because my sales are really, really great right now. And some people are like, well, I'm selling this and it's not selling. Well, people don't really have a need to buy golf clubs right now. Nobody's going out golfing. So it all depends on what you're selling, how you're selling it, where you're selling it, all those factors. And List Perfectly is a place for you to gather all the information, look at the analytics, and then make informed decisions about where you spend your time, which platforms you list on, and which items you list on each platform.
Yeah, and what product you're sourcing, that's the most important thing. Analyze categories too. Okay, so we can analyze cost and fees and so forth, but what about the products you're sourcing? What about, are you selling maybe non-seasonal stuff in summer and you're hurting on summer and you're always year after year, oh, I wish my summer season. This was us, okay, when we were doing customer. This is just us when we were doing vintage clothing. We realized we had to do something else. So we went to new clothing. Then we started testing multiple things. We started testing objects. We did electronics a little. Then we even did a little eBay motors, you name it, we've done it, okay? So it's about testing what product you like, because people, your buyers can smell it. They will know if you're comfortable and happy selling your product, or if you're just trying to make a profit. They know this. I'm not saying we all know this. Come on, just it's about presenting your listing and your product a little better with a little more information to close the sale.
Yeah.
Yep.
So Brenda, thank you. Brenda said in the Zoom chat, LP actually makes cross-posting fun for me now.
Oh,
That's the
best
idea.
compliment. That's
Yep.
the best compliment you could get.
Yep. So thank you, Brenda. Yeah,
Thank
it should be fun. You know, the reselling is fun.
Oh
You
my
know,
goodness. We
I
traveled
remember when
the
I
war,
first
people.
started.
We traveled
Yeah.
the war with this one.
Yeah.
Sourcing in Great Britain. It was the most incredible things we've done. For me, it's been, I hear you sometimes that you're gonna go sourcing sometimes with Vicky or Katie, you know, and I'm like, oh, I want to be there. I'm like, oh, we miss it. And we really want to give you tools that will help you grow your business and have the fun that we did.
Yep. The day that, what I always said was, you know, let me keep the joy of reselling going, and let technology take care of the parts that I don't like. And that's the whole idea. And I'm so glad that you said that, Brenda. I'm glad.
Yeah, no, you did. Yeah, you said that many years ago when I was getting carpal tunnel. Let technology do the hard work for us.
Yep.
It's
Keep
there.
it fun.
Google Chrome is helped us a lot to make this happen. Then we were able with Microsoft Edge Chromium. So now we're getting expanded. So just take advantage of the tools we're giving. And you do it manually? Well, yeah.
Yeah. You can do everything manually. Do you want to?
Yeah,
you.
But it's better time. Use your time better and analyze your sales and grow your business effectively.
Yep.
It's the message we have. All righty, everybody. Unless we have any more questions, we're very, very thankful for everybody participating in this webinar. And we see you this Thursday again, where we'll have another topic coming for you.
Yep.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye. Thank you.